Good evening. My name is Devon Pierce, and I'll be giving a persuasive speech on marriage and divorce. Before I get started, I want to issue out this disclaimer. I'm not intentionally attempting to undermine anyone, discredit anyone's relationship history, cultural or subculture upbringings, religious belief, race, gender, or creeds. I speak for self on this speech topic, and if you feel offended by something I may say during the speech, feel free to exit the room, and if you watch it via the internet, you can discontinue at this time. Okay, my general purpose here is to persuade, and my specific purpose is encourage marriage couples to stay together in the midst of times of trials and tribulations. All right, testimony, I was about the age of 16 at Murphy High School, and I was with my wife, then returning back in high school. And I was walking on the hall one day, and I seen a female that looked better than she did. So I began to step to her, because team captain of the basketball team, I got a little game, a little prestige. And in the midst of me and her talking, we about to exchange phone numbers. Return shows up out of nowhere, snatched the number, eats it, and walk away. And I'm standing there, me and the young lady like amazed, like, did she just do that? Like, yes, she did. So at that point in time, I knew, you know what, if someone was to do that for me, I might as well go ahead and spend the rest of my life. I got married at the young age of 19, and almost been almost 14 years, and we're still married today. Next slide. All right, I'm covering some main points. First, we're going to define what a marriage is and who it is between, distraction that causes harm to a marriage, all the harmful damage that a divorce does to a family, and the role that children play in it. Show the statistics of divorce from a variety of age groups. Next slide. Okay, marriage defined. According to dictionary.com, marriage is the social institution under which a man and a woman establish the decision to live as husband and wife, a legal commitment, or religious ceremonies. Next slide. All right. The key to marriage is not finding the right person. It's learning to find the person, learning to fall in love with the person who you found. Remember the old cliche, men are from Mars, women are from Venus? Actually, women came from men. In the Garden of Eden, when God brought Eve to Adam, he said, "This is not bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, excuse me." And he called it Eve. So that's where women come from. And in Solomon's quote in Proverbs, he said, when a man finds a good thing, he finds a wife, he finds a good thing, and attain favor with the Lord. So you see here a right person, wrong person. Generally speaking, they could be a right person. You just got to learn to love them once you meet them. Because when you first meet someone, you meet their representative, not the real person. But as time goes on, you find out who that person really is, and then that's when you know you have true love for that person or not. Next slide. All right, a couple distractions. Number one, reason why married couples get divorced is finances. Because along the lines, you're getting to meet the person, the representative, all of a sudden turn to the real person who they really are, and y'all start having a conversation about money, and y'all have different views of different ways it should go. And at times, sometimes don't seem to pan out the way y'all both want it to be. So, end result, you end up saying, you know what, this is not going to work out because I'm not giving my weight in the finances. Next slide. Okay, here goes some more distractions and dangers. For one, you have music, rap, hip-hop, R&B, and soul, country, and soundtracks. And the internet. I'm going to hit on that later. But as far as the music goes, most music I heard, rap music growing up, it was all about like belittling a woman or doing whatever to a man and say, okay, take her money or mistreat him like this. And from both perspectives, women are more emotional beings, and they tend to like succumb to whatever the environment is. And the man, which is a hunter, he tend to chops on his prey and then just keep going on. And for us, the internet, havingaffair.com, lonelycheatingwives.com, adultfriendfinder.com, and yes, you guessed it, Facebook. I have a hard time sometimes just going checking my Yahoo and just trying to check simple emails, and all of a sudden, something like this pops up. And I have clicked on unsubscribed, I X out the box, and this is keep on popping up on my computer. I'm not kind of that computer savvy, but I try to do my best as I can to keep these things from popping up on me. Next slide. All right, here goes some more distractions. The magazines. Here you have a magazine for males and for females. And it makes it hard on both because a man knows his wife doesn't look like this, and a woman knows her husband don't look like this. So they tend to like see this person here on the magazine as who they want to be with, but it's not the actual person in physical reality. And it kind of like brings a division within the household because this is what they think you should look like, but what most people don't realize is some of these pictures are like airbrushed. But media shows that these people looking like who they are right here. Next slide. All right, divorce. Divorce is not a good thing to be a part of. I witnessed my grandparents go through it, and I see my auntie and uncles like get very depressed, and I would agonize to see how the physical wear and tear took up on them. And myself, I almost got one too. After 3 years of marriage, with my wife, we got in the car because we just fed up. And we was about to go to the courthouse and sign the papers. And we both looked at each other and said, hey, you really want to do this? She said no. She asked me the same question, I said no. And we got in the car, we went on about our business. And we tend to start trying to love each other a little bit more better from that day on. Of course, it took some time, but I'm here to tell you, marriage has its ups and downs. All right, next slide. All right, children. Children, in some cases, help keep marriages alive. And they tend to help keep marriages alive. And according to sociologists, 66% of marriages end because of the family didn't have kids. Next slide. Okay, here go divorce statistics by age groups. As you see here, under 20 years old, the women leading the pack and won't get a divorce. And the man here kind of way left behind. And that's what, 27.6 women want divorces under 20 years of age, and male on 11.7%. And as they get older, you start to see that the women start wanting divorce less and less, but the men tend to lead the way and want divorces. Next slide. Oh, I'm sorry, go back one. Also, according to the Richmond Journal on the divorce rate in America, say for the first marriage, like 41% of times it tend to end. And then the second one, the percentage goes up to 60%. And then the third tops out at 73%. In closing, next slide. First, we defined what a marriage was and what was between. Secondly, we made mention about all the distractions that can possibly cause an end to a marriage. Thirdly, we talked about the damages that divorce causes and the role that children play in it. And finally, we showed the visual statistics of the variety of age groups which engage in divorce. And I want to leave you with this clincher here. I want to encourage you all to stick in there, hang in with your spouse. Even in the midst of trials and tribulations, compromise. Learn to love one another, forgive, forget, move on, because there's always tomorrow. And as long as your issues stand between you and your spouse, it's going to cause division. But as long as you and your spouse standing side by side, the issue tends to flee. Remember this one last thing, teamwork makes the dream work. And after this presentation, if you have any questions, give me on the side. But until then, hey, thanks for your time.